Um, so new
Oh
matchup.
boy. New matchup, same old characters.
Yeah, you've seen quite a few of these two. Right? I guess only one other Pomme, but you know, any more than one just feels like overkill.
Yeah, I mean, we hardly ever see one to begin with. Yeah, we just saw some intel from MSB that there's an interesting projectile interaction in this matchup, which I don't think either of us knew about, where Vince just kind of disables Rock when Rock hits Vince.
I am curious
is very
to
interesting.
See, if it comes into play here at all. This is gonna be a
we'll look out for it.
A weird set. All right, down strong.
I feel like up strong could have just worked there, right? For a kill.
Probably. Yeah, I mean that killed very not.
I mean, obviously, I feel like for a lot of Kraggs, they just want to go for the down strong to make sure they get the hit. Because sometimes you're just like a couple frames off if you go for a slightly slower parry punish option.
I guess, yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like definitely could have gotten the up strong there. Tabski's already down to stock.
Yeah.
But MSB, or not MSB, Outkast is not far behind.
I know your Kraggs mixed up.
Yeah, well, you know, there's only 3 of them in bracket. 2 now, I guess. Yeah, I feel like for the... Oh, go ahead.
I don't know if there were any Kraggs that played but didn't make top 8. You know, 3 out of 17 ain't terrible.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Oh. I feel like for this matchup, like, Pomme doesn't even necessarily want to do much zoning, I feel like, because Rock just kind of, like, beats out notes and stuff like that. Now, Vince beats out Rock, apparently. Yeah. But you don't really use Vince just to zone. I feel like you use him more, like, as an approach tool than anything. Like, you're running in, and then you throw at Vince, and then follow up with something. I would assume. So yeah, I feel like Pomme like wants to really be close to Kragg in this matchup, and Kragg's actually pretty comfortable playing at far range.
Yeah,
That's my issue with Kragg, is like I'll try to scrap with Kragg and get my ass beat, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'll just like zone for a bit to like slow things down, and then he just does worse. Better than me there too. Yeah. Like I'm like, what do I do?
at least for my 2 characters, like that's even worse.
Yeah, like playing Ellie, it's so bad.
Like, he can just kind of pull Rock and shard you forever, like... It's crazy.
Yeah, the Pomme does have good buttons, so, like, at least she can scrap. And she has Vince.
Alright, back air up air is actually gonna make this game pretty even. Low ceiling off the stage, coming left.
Yeah, and it definitely does seem like back air, once, like, we talked about, like, the Marthritis earlier, but it does seem like back air still can combo at those really high percents.
For sure. It's an absolutely brutal move. I always gotta be ready for it.
I find it kind of interesting that Tabski is like running off stage setup at this song field. I don't know if there's like a specific reason to put it there other than like coming back on stage with notes or whatever, but...
Yeah. Also, I find it really interesting that Outkast is able to parry Vince after Vince eats the rock.
Yeah, it's really... There's just... Both of those projectiles just have weird interactions, so when they both interact with each other, it's just like, what's going on?
Yeah, and another Vince parry.
Parry up strong.
Like, once you play the matchup a bit and kind of get the hang of Pomme, or rather, you know, how to play against Pomme, there's some really goofy stuff you can do, apparently. I don't know, I'm not good at this matchup, even on Ellie. He's, like, supposed to be good in the Pomme, but... I don't know.
It's just weird. I feel like it's just kind of odd.
Yeah. I'd also argue that, like, all of the notable Pommes are, like, marginally, if or significantly better than me in the case of Kib, but, you know.
Yeah.
Always something to work on. Well, either way, Patsy's gonna be running it right back to Forest Boy.
Well, this is the thing with a lot of these new characters, right? Like, there's a reason we don't see many of them, because, like... And like, the only ones we do see are pretty high level, because, like, how many new players are we getting in the game right now that are going to pick up a workshop character?
You know, you say that, and you're not totally wrong, because, like, as someone who runs all the enemy brackets, I feel like we're seeing less people, like, entering enemy brackets for the first time compared to, like, a couple months ago, or, like, especially last year. But, at least in the case of Malo, there are so many people, like, at low level trying to learn Malo, maybe not the other characters, but there's, like, a dozen low-level Malos that I can think of. And then
That's funny.
At least in North America, at higher levels, you have some Serial and ZB. Not solo maining a character, just playing him.
Come on. You can't count Sub-Zero.
Well, I mean, I have to! There's two of them.
If you ask me, you can't count ZB either, but I guess we'll see.
Well, okay, parry strong.
Well, I mean, I think that like for what you mentioned with like people aren't entering amateur brackets so much, I think a lot of that is probably because a lot of people who are like considering getting into Rivals now are probably just saying, "Oh, I'm gonna wait till Rivals 2."
I actually do agree with that. I think there's some people doing that. There's some people who have local scenes and are getting into the game via local scenes, but that's a lot more niche. Like, it's like
very, very area specific.
Yeah. And, like, at least, you know, speaking from my experience in Philly, there are occasionally people who will, like, play the game on the side with Smash and will only enter stuff offline, like, when it's convenient. Which, you know, to be fair, is, like, how I treat Smash personally. You know, if it's convenient, I might sign up for it.
Yeah, might as well while you're there.
Either way, Outkast hanging on to the stock, using the Thunderdome to his full advantage right now.
For sure.
Which is kind of
did we play on this? Did we play on this stage for the first game too?
Yeah, no, this is a run back, and
that's interesting.
Tabski able to get the kill at like 2:30.
Not something you want to see as an air character ever, really. Oh wow, these fair to fairs, man, they're brutal. But yeah, I'm really surprised Tabski brought Outkast back here, because as far as I know, this is Outkast's favorite stage.
I actually had no idea.
I'm pretty sure Outkast picks the stage as the starter like every time if possible.
Just like me for real. Oh, there's another Vince parry. Not able to do anything at that low of a percent. I kind of would have liked to see Outkast do like a dare and try to go for something crazy off that, but yeah.
Violet wants to see the crazy plays.
Yeah.
But I feel like most of the games have been like pretty standard so far. Like people are just kind of playing by the books, doing what they do, and then occasionally dying to bad DI. Almost like that.
Okay, the Rock is going to give Outkast an opening to get back to stage, and Tabski not able to chase down on that hard DI out.
Man, Kragg is still living these fairs, huh? At 150.
Yeah. Ooh, okay, Vince able to tank the fair, I guess. That was probably
I can definitely see, like a lot of, or a decent amount of Kraggs, at least the ones that I talked to, have said that Kragg kind of shits on Pomme in this matchup. And, like, you wouldn't really think it on paper, but, like, I can definitely see it in situations like this. Because, like, Kragg lives so long vertically, and Pomme gets so many of her, like, consistent kills off the top.
And I mean,
and if you can't get those consistent kills, then what are you doing?
Yeah, and I mean, Tabski did beat MSB to get into winner's top 8, granted, so it's not like he doesn't know the matchup. I think Outkast is just, like, also knows the matchup, and also Tabski is just taking him to Forest Floor again, which
Yep. I just read in the chat, Tabski said this is also his favorite stage.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I think it's the anti that always, like, goes in this little ramble when they commentate, is, like, you can go for the run back once, but if you lose on a stage twice, then, like, stop, reconsider. And that is what I do, personally. I'll never, in a set, I'll never, like, run it back more than once.
I very rarely run it back at all, I don't think, actually. Very seldom do
I've started running it back more. But, yeah.
If I do run it back, it probably will just be on, like, a starter, like this is. But...
For sure.
If I do, it's usually just Tower, because I just really like Tower.
Like, I'll run it back to this stage, I'll run it back to Jules. Just be on the stage. Either way, again, Harry Strong taking the first stock.
This is the metagame that we live in. Oh wow, that up air DI was spicy. Fob up air is so weird. I feel like it can send you almost anywhere. Like, the knockback angle just, like, flips the spinner
For what, up air?
when it hits. Oh, that was scary.
Oh, yeah, I almost died at, like... I almost died at 40.
If that was on Ellie, Ellie was dead. Because I've died to that so many times.
You're unfortunately right.
Okay, well, I mean, Tabski's building up steam here. Kind of pulling ahead a little bit, but it's still just a very shaky lead.
Yeah. They're not gonna kill Kragg.
Yep, never gonna kill Kragg. I hate that feeling fighting against, like, really heavy characters where it's like you hit them with so many strong moves and they're still, like, not even going off the screen at, like, 100.
Yeah.
That F strong when Tabski was, like, in the blast zone. Oh, wow. Interesting that it bounces off the rock like that. I guess I didn't really notice before.
Yeah, and it makes sense. You know, it is kind of ground.
Yeah, I guess I didn't notice that they bounced off walls at all, really.
Oh. Alright. There, it's gonna take it. Now this game is practically even, because Kragg can do some crazy shenanigans.
Yeah. Kragg's just got the Kragg tax on there.
Yeah.
And Outkast really hasn't been challenging Tabski off stage really, like, at all, which is probably the smart play if I had to guess. Just like staying on stage and waiting for Tabski to come to him. I feel like I always want to challenge people off stage even when it's clearly the wrong thing to do.
Okay, yeah, that's not gonna kill. I don't think F strong would have killed there. Probably a little too much.
I wonder if an F strong could have worked, but it might have been too slow.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's
scary. Oh.
Buried Vince again. Now
there's no smoke field. It's on the other side. Yep. Oh, that could have been a second dare. I've seen that happen so many times.
He's going for something right now.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. They were both definitely just on edge by the end of that game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. I would have been too.
Mm-hmm. That's a swift 3-0.
Outkast was going for a funny, and he didn't find it, but I still respect the attempts.
Yep. And, you know, admittedly, Tabski did do better on that last game on the same stage, but just wasn't quite enough.
Alright. So,